Hello and welcome everybody. My motorcycle shit itself today, and this is Gran Turismo Sport. We're at the Catalunya circuit with some GR3 cars. The one I have selected today, having not done a single lap yet, because that is how I roll, is the BMW. As you can see, the big fat M6 there, because I do love a fat butt when it comes to cars. I hope you're all having an absolutely cracking day. As you can see, clearly I need a haircut, which I'm going to get to. I'm going to shave my whole head off, I think, sometime this week. Mojo's pointed out the t-shirt. You can also get your sweet CR merch if you would like some. The link to the store is in the description, which is down there-ish. You can also get yourself a trendy Fandangle CR t-shirt. If you get one, by all means, let me know. Take a picture of it, shoot it to me on Discord, Instagram, Twitter. If you don't follow me on them, again, the links are all in the description, so do that. If you ever get lost, go to my website. You can read more about me, there is an About Me section there, which is pretty well hidden and no one seems to have found it, but you can have a look at things like my doggo, because I guess that's interesting to some people. But there's a thing there, and there's also a link to the merch and all that sort of thing. So anyway, great. Hat, please. Yeah, I've got it ready to go. The question is, do I wear it backwards like a dead set ledge? No, obviously not, because I am not that kind of ledge. So gonna rock the Ferrari hat today. Got the Ferrari one ready to go. Charlie not making the Z4 great again. I mean, I like the Z4. I don't know if you saw my FIA video, which I put out very recently, like I want to say within a couple of days. I actually explained there I do want to make the Z4 great. Unfortunately, Gran Turismo chooses not to make their camera angles great or consistent. I enjoy the bonnet view, as you'll know if you've been watching the channel for a while. That's what I like to watch. And on the Z4, it's basically a roof cam. It's pretty much, if you ever watch the supercars, they've got like the hot dog cam that sits on the roof, and that's where it is. And I feel too high. I feel like Mr. Bean in his armchair, steering the car with that. So I just didn't like it. Nothing to do with the Z4. No insult there. Don't at me. I do want to make the Z4 great again, but we need to live in a world where we can use the Z4 off the bonnet, because it's just not competitive inside the actual car itself. Good old Fezzer hat. Yeah, it was a Kimi Räikkönen hat at some point. Has it got... There you go. It's got the Finnish flag on the back. So if I wore it backwards, you'd see it was totes a Kimi hat. But I just don't think I have enough internet cool to wear hats backwards. Maybe it's something I'm working up to. I am still only the 7th best off-beat YouTube channel in Tasmania. So we'll see how I go. I feel like people, if people clicked onto my stream and I was wearing my hat backwards, they would immediately hit dislike and click away, and we don't want that. We don't need that kind of negativity. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I'm going to do some practice for this daily race, and then I'll try and do one, if not two, of the daily race. It's only a very, very short race. I might even squeeze through in, but I'm going to do some practice first. I haven't spun a single lap here. I know the track. I know the car. So theoretically, it won't take me too long to get a decent time. This is a DR killer because, of course, it is the daily B race, not the C race. And the daily C race is a one make with an N200, I think. Let me fact check myself there before someone screams at me in the chat. But I'm pretty sure daily race C is an N200 race. And look, personally, I don't like the really slow cars when it comes, especially the C race. I don't mind it in the B race, or certainly the A race, totally fine. I expect the A race to always be a slower road car. The B race, which is this one, I would like to see this as a faster car. And then the C race, I think, should be reserved for your actual race cars, be it GR4, 3, 2, 1, or X. But I am correct. It is an N200 in the daily C race. So it didn't tickle my bits. It's a bit too slow. And look, I don't want to dump on you. If you like, I know some people love the daily, like the smaller, slower road cars. That's totally fine. I'm not here to dump on you and what you like and your thing. You're going to run out of hats soon. Ryan, mate, I think I've already worn through most of the hats I own. This is such a comfortable hat too. It's got... You can't really see it. It's got like this really nice felt stuff on the inside of the elastic, and yeah, it feels really nice to wear. It's a comfortable hat. It's a good gym hat, actually. I might retire it into a gym hat. But, hey, cool JB, how you going, mate? He did math good. Who did math good? At least you don't have a neck protector. Imagine turning up full harnessed in with a neck protector on, the old hands device. Up, down, Charlie. That's it, Alexander. But welcome to everybody. Special welcome, of course, to the channel VIPs. That is Lee Kogan, Piosco, Stanul85, Nick Magic, and our Speedy Chicken Man and Squidly. An extra special welcome to you guys. I do appreciate your ongoing support. And yeah, if you guys would also like to become a VIP and have your name at the start of the stream, because that's where all the big knobs hang out, at the start and end of the stream, you can join. There's like a join button. You can become a member. Love the Ferrari hat. Nice, Speedy Tyres. Nice, man. Look, let's start doing some practice, and I'll tell you a little story, actually, whilst I do that. But yeah, if you want the Total Sweet merch, I actually need to buy some more, because I have washed this 1,000 times. I've worn it 1,000,000 times. Coming into summer over in Europe, plenty of t-shirts there. There's even a female's t-shirt, the CR Sabine, so you can dip your toes in that, buy yourself something she'll really appreciate, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, who knows. Anyway, it's 2019. Anyone can wear that. It doesn't worry me. But, you know, in Australia, there is also a CR hoodie, which is probably the next thing I'm going to buy. It's still way too hot in this room for me to wear hoodies, but nonetheless, it's there. This guy knows how to mouth nose. I know how to mouth nose. Dad's odd shoe me one. So yeah, special welcome to everyone. Let's go and do some racing. I don't like to crap on too much, and I have to do some practice so that I can actually race. So it looks like a 147.2 is what we're going to need to lead the friends ranking on the leaderboard. Let's see what tyres are available. We're on Racing Hard, and that is all that's available, so that's cool. Let's turn TCS off and see how we go. The Stigman, no, I just got a friend request on PlayStation by the Stigman 4. I'm going to accept that right now, sir. Because everyone should feel inclusive on this stream. It's the people's stream, that's what I'm here for. Add to friends, you better believe it. If you want to add me, you can't really see because if I point out a camera, it's up there. DRX913, that's my PS4. What's going on? Mouth noise. There we go, mouth noise. Yeah, I was just keeping over it. Words are super hard. Reading's even harder. Yeah, he don't know how to read though. That is true. It's good to get some early shade getting thrown at me. It's what I like early on. Let's go do some laps. Let's try and get... Oh, I need my super special gloves on. That callus is nearly gone, but I just kind of like racing in gloves now. So, you know, there's that. FIA race tomorrow night. GR1 from Dragon's Tail. I know the name of that because obviously pro Gran Turismo streamer. Let's get amongst it and see what we can do in the big BMW. Oh, hard compound tyres feel awful. Get a little bit of volume going on in my ears because it's turned down a bit. How's the play seat, Adam Walks? Very decent. I'm finally starting to get used to it. I'm going to make a video on it. I intended on over the weekend, but I had a pretty crazy weekend actually. Oh, I'm not used to hard compound tyres. Jesus, this thing has got no grip at all. Any chance of an open lobby, some GR1 pracky? That is on the cards, Mojo. It depends how much of a hit my daily gets. Wow, this car feels like I've got no grip at all. Needed garden gloves. Garden gloves would make me so much more gangster. But I have not done a race with hard compound tyres for a while, and this thing feels like I'm currently on ice. Which unfortunately is a bit of a tendency of Gran Turismo Sport. If you want to know how they could make cars feel more realistic, shit, that's second gear. I'm slowing down in second gear to try and get some grip around that. One thing they could do is increase the grip level, because I dare say there's not a GT driver in the world that would drive this on hard compound tyres in this game and go, yeah, that feels about right. What they would say is, why is there ice on the track? What kind of tomfoolery is this? But we'll see how we go. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Yeah, say no to ice. More GTS. Interesting. I was expecting project cars. Honestly, I nearly did P cars as well. I nearly did P cars because there's going to be no live stream on Thursday. Oh, I'm struggling with this. Thank you for the great entertainment, and hopefully we can have some heat races. I only do heat races. Stigman 4, and no worries at all, man. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm delighted as always to bring this to you. I'm going to break last Thursday, so I actually have the grip to get around the corner. Might have been a bit slow, not a big deal. Remember when every race ever online in Gran Turismo Sport was on the hard compound tyres? They almost never use medium or softs. You join a PCARS 2 lobby. Ryan, you would do anything at the moment to promote not Gran Turismo. But that's why the peeps are here. I got a penalty for that, and I still did oversteer. Damn it, car! So let me tell you a little story that I heard today, because I was thinking before, maybe I need to start swearing on my stream, so I stopped swearing in real life. And I presume this is just going to give me my penalty here. I'm going to drop one F-bomb, so get ready. If you've got kids in the room, tell them to listen intently and jot this down. But I got a phone call from my wife today, and the girls, I've got twin 3-year-old girls, they were playing in the kitchen on their little scooters in the lounge room living area sort of thing, on their little indoor scooters they've got. They're just old, like, to be honest, we were going to chuck them out, and of course as soon as we pulled them out they're like, oh, these are sweet, let's do that for a bit. So they were zooming around, and one of them had blocked the doorway to go up the hallway. So the other one came up and said, no, please get out of the way. So child number 2 said, no, that's not how you say it. Bear in mind, they're 3.5. She said, no, that's not what you say. You say, get out of the fucking way, car. Yeah, so that's could be some road rage coming through from dear old dad. Just saying. Could also be the wife. But she had to come in and was like, no, that's for big people. That word's for big people. We don't say that. And they're like, oh, okay. You just say, can you please get out of the way, car? So anyway, I do a decent job, mostly, other than just before, of not dropping the F-bomb on stream. But apparently when I have twin 3-year-old girls in the car and someone is an idiot on the road, which is like every time I ever drive because everyone's an idiot, I apparently can't resist the temptation. So yeah, that was a bit orcs. Dad of the year here. I was like, we better really not use that because they're going to go to school and drop the F-bomb. But she actually corrected the other one who was like, can you please get out of the way? She's like, no, that's not how you say it. Oops. Winning at parenting. Parenting is hard though. Being an adult is hard. Life was so much easier before I had to adult. You have to drive so slowly here. Well, that could be a bit of a cut. Punch the gas a bit hard. Oh, gee whiz. Come on, brain. Because motorbike rider and everyone is an idiot. You're dead right, Shannon. Unfortunately, everyone is an idiot. Man, so many road users are so terrible. Speaking of motorbikes, unfortunately mine did have a mechanical... Now, I've been riding motorbikes on the road for more years than I care to admit. You know, I want to say 16, 17 odd years. And I've never really had, like, bikes. Motorbikes are just reliable. They just go. I mean, I've had a broken chain and a flat battery, and there's been things that have happened largely due to my own fault or the fact that batteries just die. But I've never had one just conk out, and as I was riding into work today, I looked down at the dash. It had worked the whole way because I'd been watching it on the road, and really it was once I got off the main road into the little sort of cul-de-sac area where my work is. I looked down and noticed that the tacho was just stuck at 3,500 RPM, which is low, bear in mind it's a motorbike. It's not like a car, which would be, you know, you'd be V8 Commodore or something, you'd be halfway through the rev range. But nonetheless, it was stuck. And yeah, the rest of the dash had turned off. There was no speed displaying, anything like that. And I was like, well, what's going on here? But the bike was riding fine. Pulled over and turned the bike off. And the tacho stayed at 3.5. And it's one of those tachos on the Triumph that, you know, when you put the ignition in, it goes from 0 to max and then back to 0 before you start the bike up. That's kind of its... Yeah, a lot of cars do that as well. So I thought that's unusual, and then just nothing. I couldn't hear the fuel pump priming. The dash just didn't light up. I pulled the battery out and actually got a colleague to drop me off at home at lunchtime. Stuck it on the trickle charger, but I put it on the multimeter first, and it came up with decent. It was like 12.4 volts, which is on the lower side of things, I suppose. And I thought maybe the battery's just shit itself. You know, it is the start of winter, and as soon as you get a bit of a cold snap, batteries tend to die a little bit. So I put it on the charger and put it back on the multimeter once I took the charger off after work. And it read 13.2 or something, but it was kind of trickling down. 13.2, 13.18, 13.17. It just kept going down. By the time I got to work, it was back to 12.8. I thought the multimeter's not draining any charge out of it, so maybe the battery is buggered. But I put it back in the bike and it wouldn't start, so I got to use my new trailer, unfortunately, which I've only just recently purchased with the car. Use them straight away, but that was alright. It fit on there nicely, which is good to know if I want to do a track day down south or something like that. It was pretty easy, loaded it up myself. Need to work on my strapping down skills. I only live about 5 minutes from work, and I can tell you that is a good thing, because if I went much further, I'm not sure if the bike would have remained upright. And it just feels so slow, and that oversteer is not going to help one iota, and I missed the apex, so you can't really nom-nom too much of that curb, but you can definitely nom-nom the second curb. 18.5 RPM red line, yeah, not on mine. I've got a triple, straight triple, so I think my red line's like 11.5 or something, or maybe even lower, maybe only 9.5. However, the Triumphs were recalled for a dodgy regulator rectifier, rectum fire, rectum later. So I suspect that could be the cause of the issue, but yeah, it let me down, which is not good, because the alternator had just shit itself in the RX-7, so that's off the road. Now the bike's off the road. So I'm having a bit of a bad run. It's been so much harder to find a standard 12A alternator off the RX-7 than I anticipated. And it doesn't look healthy inside my alternator. I fear the stator might be a bit rooted. It was drawing 3 amps even when everything was turned off. I don't know if any of this makes sense to most of you, but nonetheless, there it is. G29 certainly is. Oh, that is too deep. Bikes in general are reliable. They really are. Like, they just have never let me down. Like, cars break down, they come and go. But motorbikes are just one of those things that you can just always rely on. And when, like, I did have one fairly catastrophic incident going back a very long time when I was about 18 and poor, not working a huge amount of hours in whatever crappy job I had at the time. And I should have replaced the chain already, and I didn't. So, yeah, that broke, and that whipped forward and cracked my engine case. and move the water pump slightly, so that all had to be re-welded. That was an expensive fix, I don't mind telling you. But that was my own fault, and other than a dead battery, I've really had no major dramas with motorbikes, and I've owned half a dozen or more. Alternator rebuild. Yeah, I mean, I could. I've pulled the alternator apart myself, and I've got 2 new bearings for it. But the stator just didn't look good, and I couldn't get the 3 stator leads out either. They're kind of... there was 3 of them. And they're hooked under a bit of metal and then soldered in, and I hit it with 3 separate soldering irons. And you can't hold it on there for long, otherwise you break things. I guess the regulator inside the alternator would get damaged or something. And I couldn't get them out, and I thought, it doesn't look healthy anyway, that's fine, surely there's a million 12A alternators floating around in someone's workshop. I'll just get one of them. I've already got new bearings for it. I'll pull it apart, replace the bearings, because that's the first thing that slogs out on them usually. But anyway, that's been harder to, and I've been in no rush to get that done. I'm just sort of like, I'll get it done when I get it done. But now that the bike's off the road, I'll have to pull that apart over the weekend and see if I can figure it out. But I do suspect it's the rectum fire, rectum later. Rotten rectum fires, they will get you every time, Raymond. Are you talking about forest now? How's my time going? I did a 47.5. Wow, I was not looking at that. Half a second. See if I can do. Ease the throttle on there. I wonder if I could turn the traction control to 1 and get slightly better results. Still haven't picked my braking marker properly here. It's too early in the end. Oof. I don't miss these hard compound tyres at all. To be fair, had you said you were going to do an open lobby for GR3, damn you, Ryan, and your long posts. Why would I want to go to Monza, Ryan? Why would I optionally go to Monza when it's not even a daily race? Ah, come on, man. This car actually does feel big and heavy. I really wish I could use a Z4. Hey hippie, how are you, mate? Blancpain race this weekend, yeah, but you're one of just a few people that's excited about that. I mean, I'll probably watch part of it, don't get me wrong. Not quite sure why I'm out there. It's totally fine. It's a valid line. I've seen professionals use that line all the time. That's too much of a cut. May as well push the boundaries now. I didn't get a penalised for it. Oh. Is Ryan anti-GTS at the moment? Oz Farmer. Ryan has always been anti-GTS. He's only played it because I have. Hey Jason, China yeah, F1 GP's this weekend. It is. I think MotoGP's on this weekend. And the supercars are on this weekend from Phillip Island. So it's a big weekend already. So to squeeze the to squeeze the 3-hour Blancpain race in seems unlikely. Right, I'm going to put traction control to 1 and just see if I can get a bit more stability under drive. Because the problem with these races as well, especially when you're up sort of in the higher classes, where you qualify, it's pretty much where you're going to finish up. It's very hard to sort of work your way through. There's no race strategy. It's just a sprint race. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I really enjoy Catalunya and GR3 cars, mind you. I'm enjoying them a lot less with these hard compound tyres on. Tempted to try another car before I race. But I've done all the practice now. Don't forget the AMA Supercross. Supercross is on as well. I probably won't be watching that. I managed to only actually watch one of essentially 3 races in the World Superbikes this weekend too. So I've not done myself any favours there. But I think Bautista is going to absolutely smash away with that championship. So anyone who's sick of watching Johnny Ray win, your prayers have been answered. I think he's going to struggle to beat Bautista. Good morning from South Africa. Shaheen, hello and good morning, good evening. Right on back from sunny Australia. It's not sunny, it's dark. But it was sunny today for parts of the day. Winter is setting in. Our daylight savings have changed now, which is why, if you're in Europe and you're wondering why I'm streaming so late, it's due to daylight savings, and it just sucks, man. It's not going to be long, and by the time I knock off work, I will literally have half an hour of daylight, and then it will just be dark. First frost warning for tomorrow morning has come out, been issued by the weather. Watching from work, excellent, that's what I like to hear, thank you sir. Say hi to your work colleagues for me. Winter sucks, I hate winter man, I really do. Summer is just so excellent in so many ways. I'd really like to get in the 46s if I'm being honest. Which is going to be hard with the lack of practice I've done, but... missing the apex on those sorts of turns as well. Oh, there's a 46.9. Love winter, you're in your element in the cold. It's so miserable, Brownie. It's so miserable, man. It's just a bad time. No more public holidays. Like, we've got Easter coming up, obviously, next week, which I've taken... well, I only had to take 3 days off, and I end up with, like, 10 straight days because you get all the public holidays. But after that, we've got nothing through to, like, November. It sucks, man. It is the coldest, darkest, shittest time of year, and we don't even have, like... public holidays to look forward to. And there's no point in taking annual leave in winter because you're just wasting your time. You could take it in summer, sit around outside at 8:30 PM in broad daylight, it's warm, and you can be drinking beers around a barbecue. That's when you take your annual leave. Yeah, Anzac Day is part of the Easter holiday, so I think I had to take the Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday off, with Thursday being Anzac Day, and that gave me from Thursday through to either Monday or Tuesday. Could have gone to supercars. Better get through these corners first, I suppose. I'm semi-tempted just to jump in this race, embarrass myself, lose all my DR, try another car. and then go from there. I may end up finishing this stream with half an hour of FIA practice just to try and give myself a little bit of a leg up on tomorrow, especially because it starts early. I'm going to have to start my live stream at 8 because of daylight saving. Gran Turismo has not updated its time, so FIA races are now at 5 o'clock, useless time. Won't be there for that ever. I'm knocking off work at 5. 7 o'clock, I'm still putting the girls to bed, so I won't be doing that one. And then 9 o'clock. So I'll probably start stream tomorrow night, if I stream it, which I think I will. I'll start stream at 8 o'clock tomorrow, half an hour earlier than tonight. What GR3 cars do you usually use, Matthew? I actually try and mix it up a little bit, if I can. I try not to use the same cars all the time. I guess I do usually use the same half a dozen, this being one of them. I've been using the Aston Martin and the Jag a little bit lately. Used the Porsche for the first time recently in that FIA race. I don't seem to be getting any quicker. I wonder when the next race is. I'll actually go out and check. Might have to not talk for a lap and try, but yeah, these daily B races generally consume. Thank you, Speedy Tyres, for coming in and shitting on my parade by 1/10 of a second there. Shout out to Speedy Tyres. Standing outside and it's 7 degrees. Ah, Staniel. Man, I don't even know what it is here. I'm going to have a look right now, though. It's 8 degrees, which makes sense. I'm a 2-hour drive further north than you. Race entry in 3 minutes. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's watch my DR. Just for reference, I'm going to have a look and see what DR I'm currently on. And I am on... I think it's 40,700. Oh. 40,746 is how I start the night. Let's find out how I finish the night. See if I can get back into the 39,000s right before the FIA race. Try and get out of that top split. I keep getting put in the top split. I'm not ready for that. A couple more friend requests. I'm going to add them. Because this is the community channel. This is what we're about. I'll be watching our FIA tomorrow. Need that strat for the American race. No worries, Chech21. You've been added. And winner. Chicken dinner. Winner 44. Couple more friends added in there. Right, let's try and do another hot lap. So with winter, does that mean your racing room is a nice temperature instead of a supercar cockpit hot? Yeah. In summer, this room is just appalling. There's no ventilation. Opening the window does SFA. And in winter, I actually feel like last year, or last winter, I did a stream or two with the jumper on. And there was multiple streams that I started with the jumper on and removed it partway through the stream. Come back, I miss being touched by you. Well, you're only a 10th away. It did make sense when I looked at our FIA rankings, Speedy Tyres, while we're always in the same race together. Well, that's what I was going to concentrate on this lap, wasn't I? Clearing your outhouse, your toilet. I'm tipping your outhouse is not a dunny, is it? Strip show on stream, it could be. Hence the late stream was a tad preoccupied, yeah. So this is the normal time now for my streams to start. It's still 8:30 PM. Except for tomorrow, which will be, and I guess all the FIA races. I didn't really lose traction anywhere, but it was a rubbish line. No doubt Speedy Tyres is going to be in this race I join. And then we can try and get intimate again. What's good, Charlie, Oscar? Beer and winning. That's what's good. Generally not in that order. I'm so nervous to get on the power on this thing and it's affecting my lap time. Oh, that's a cut. No, it'll be okay. You can nom that curve up quite a bit actually. 46.9, so I equaled my best. That was technically my best. But I'm still a bloody 10th off Speedy Tyres. I'm not going to have time to finish this lap. Yep. That was fine. I think I went too deep into that corner. Anyway, I would like to clarify, I am 20 points in front of you for FIA. Are you though? Really? I mean, I feel like it's the same, Speedy Tyres. Ooh. I'm in a tough lobby too. This will go very well, I'm sure. I've qualified 8th. Good on Duke, though. A DR of B. There's a lot of Bs in here, which is okay. But I have to say that's where a lot of your shenanigans come into the race. I've been enjoying mostly relatively clean racing. Again, if you saw my last FIA video, you'll see I got pretty badly balked on my quali lap by someone who should know better to get out of your way if you're on an out lap. That's a tip that you can take right now, guys. If you are doing any race, not just FIA, and you come out of the pits and someone has flown down the pit straight, they're starting a flyer, you're on your out lap, your lap doesn't count, just get out of the way. But also use your brain. Sometimes you've got to, you know, get through the first 2 corners or something like that quickly and then get out of the way. Don't just peel out of the way. Doing the Fuji 86 race? No. I'm not, Osc. I just didn't like the idea of an N200 race for the Daily C. So I'm going to try this. I might do it in a different car as well, and I may end up finishing with an open lobby for some FIA practice for tomorrow night. So we'll see how we're travelling for time. If I do 2 races and my DR just gets punted, I may almost certainly switch over. And food, can't forget food. Love is in the air. Speedy Tyres and I are tighter than 2 coats of paint, people. Using a CR Aston, nice. I should be in the Aston. Maybe I'll use the Aston next, actually, Speedy. I thought that was just common sense in quali, but there's a lot of people. Wow, again, that FIA race, you know, that guy, and I think someone pointed out he was the 8th highest ranked person in that server, which was the top tier race, the top split race. And he did not have the sense or the racecraft or the experience to get out of my way, even though he was on an outlap. Whoa, 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 what are you doing out there? Okay. Am I going to be round this corner before the race starts? No. Look how far back I am from Speedy Tyres. And what's with the gaps here, Gran Turismo? I mean, if you're going to do a rolling start, 1.1 seconds behind and 1 second in front, that is not good. We should be close to each other. Of course, there's no tyre wear or fuel burn being the daily B race. Please just grip. There we go. It has been a little while. Speedy Tyres there getting punted, but that's fine. I'll take that position. And here we go. Now I can get close and personal with Speedy Tyres. I'm going to try not to smash him from behind Like we just got married. Oh no, there's Inaka, he's back. And he's lagging balls right now. Which is scary because he'll no doubt appear on the track in front of me and I'll run into him and get penalised for it. Yeah, random. Race C is just a dart. I just don't believe. And as I said at the start of the stream, I don't want to shit on other people who do enjoy it. Oh, too much power, sir. Too much throttle. Where's Chris Redbeard? He needs to be telling that guy to go gingerly. Oh dear. Not my finest run onto the start of the lap, but nonetheless. Look at Duke, he's done a 151.8. That is fast. That is a fast lap time. Oh, that's a bit oversteer. Oh, speedy tyres. He's using all of the road that they provide him and the apron. Hold the inside line. Hopefully no contact and there was none made. Defend like a boss, speedy tyres. You're defending both of us. There's a huge amount of tail wagging. I can't emphasise enough how slippery this is on the hard compound tyres. Like, these are racing hards. PD really needs to bring back the grip. Yeah, Oscar, I will be streaming the FIA tomorrow night because I can't stream on Thursday. I am at a work function. I mean, I call it that. It's dinner and drinks with a client, so it's not, you know, don't feel sorry for me. That is too much throttle. And that has ruined my run onto the straight. You hate to see it. 1.1 seconds in run of speedy tyres I was before I did that. You can see me down. There's 8/10. Well, that was 9 actually. I've sort of held a 8/10 gap. This is going to end in tears up ahead. With old Nickmate DR3. This race is nearly over, man. These are so short, these races. Can I do anything about Power Dog? Not really catching him, am I? It's called a piss up. It's, you know, not too much though. I do have to go to work on Friday. And then I have one of the wife's work dues on Friday night, and that will be a piss up. Get off the gravel, please. I'm not making any impression off him. I've taken a 10th off him since I last looked at the gap, but it's not enough. At least I'm consistent. 47.8, 47.6. I flinched then. I saw Speedy in my radar. thought he was going the Diverino. The M6 is a wild beast with hards on. It absolutely is. I'm going to try next race in a different car. Something that's not as taily. Get off the grass, please. Something that's a bit more gentle on acceleration. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about catching Power Dog. The goal now is to stay in front of Speedy Tyres. But I have got a decent run onto this straight. It'd be a hell of a dive from here for him. Oh, I didn't get out of the way enough. I got a 2-second penalty for it. That was my fault, that one. I didn't see him close in there. So unfortunately, I fear that 2-second penalty is going to... Oh no, I've managed to make a gap, so I'll hold 6th, but... Bit of an unfortunate end there. I had 5th for a bit. Almost certainly lose DR out of that now. But that was to be expected. Loving this ram. Awesome soul. The Yeetle. I don't think I'll do the Yeetle. Use the Rosberg line, yep. The speedy dive bomb. I don't know. I don't know if it was a dive bomb or not. I didn't see him until the last second, that much I will say. I'd already committed to turning into the corner when I saw him appear in my radar. But I'm hesitant to throw blame straight away at him. Gotta go now. No worries, dude. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. He came from a long way back. He did appear late. I will say that. Nick, mate, you were in my lobby. There you are. You came 3rd. Good job, man. Good job. I lost SR and most likely DR because of Speedy Tyres. He just had to touch me, didn't he? Just had to touch me. But all good. Right, what am I going to do it in this time? Let's pick a new car. I have 7 minutes. I'm actually tempted to try the Porsche again. It felt really nice. It was the first time I'd used it in a very long time. Bugger it. Let's give it a crack. Let's try it. Speedy was fine. Look, we're going to give me the benefit of the doubt there, Speedy, and say that you dive bomb that. So, I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I am hesitant to throw that at him. I looked up from the I looked at the radar and he wasn't there. I looked up from the radar and then I committed to the corner. I probably should look back at the radar. Anyway, it's done. It's in the bank. Let's go and see what I can do on the porch. Speedy versus Rosco battle. Here's Chris. Here you are. I was just talking about you moments ago, suggesting that you need to tell one of our fellow competitors to drive a bit more gingerly. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you'd be typing whilst racing. Oh, Jesus, this thing brakes well. Just push wide there, no big deal. You heard? Nice, man. I'm actually going to go back. I know it's a bit... I'm going to go back to using some traction control. I quite like the stability of having that on one. Did I not join? I didn't join the race, did I? You utter dickhead. But the 3 corners I took in that, it felt great. It felt better than the BMW. Let's try that one. I watch most of them also playing games at the same time. Fair enough. I do that with streamers as well. I put a heap of streams on a second monitor and play my own game. The Porsche is very, geez, I can't talk. Talking is super hard tonight. Very hard on hards. It can't be as bad as the Beamer. That thing was very taily. The grip is awful. Oz Farmer, I've got to say it. I mean, I am driving this thing around like I'm looking for a parking spot. Polyphonic Digital need to crank the grip, especially on the hards. And they're never a viable option. Anytime you do a race where you can have the choice of hards, mediums, and softs, you're just basically never better off being on hards. Yeah, no, if you think the Porsche, that is flat throttle through there. That's something I could not do in the Beamer. This thing probably doesn't have the outright grunt the BMW has at the top speed, but I can tell you now, if you think the Porsche is taily, give the M6 a go. Committed to the throttle too early then. You didn't have traction control on? Yeah, I had it on 1. I put it to 1 if you remember. This certainly feels like the better race car, but it's hard to tell if it's quicker till I've actually spun some laps, which I've only got 4 minutes to do. Because sometimes cars feel a lot better because they're slower. Who do you go for the MotoGP? Well, obviously, my man Jack Miller, being Australian, he's mostly Australian. He sounds a bit Spanish, but he's mostly Australian. His mannerisms are definitely Australian, despite his weird Spanish accent. So, Jackie boy, always like to see Rossi go okay, the old dog. We've had our ups and downs. I hated him during the Stoner era, as I think most Australians did. But he's alright. He's representing us old blokes. But there's a few. I quite like Dovizioso. I'd like him to get a championship. I'm actually, on the topic of MotoGP, I'm thinking that when MotoGP 19 launches the game, I'm actually going to introduce that as a new game on the channel. I don't expect it to be overly popular with the pundits, given that most people here are here for Gran Turismo, and a lot of you guys that really enjoy Gran Turismo aren't really into motorsport in general, so there's not a lot of appreciation sort of in that sense. And if you're not into motorbikes, then yeah, anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking about introducing that as a new game to be played somewhat regularly. I'm torn on Marc Marquez because he's obviously a massive talent, and he is. You can say what you like about Marquez, he's a huge talent. And he seems like a really good guy off the field. He's got a good attitude, he doesn't seem particularly up himself, arrogant. He's, you know, he'll come second in a battle. This is a multi-world champion. He'll lose out and just go, that was awesome, I had a great race, like that was so much fun. And I really like that about Marquez. The one thing I don't like about Marquez is the fact that he drives like an absolute see you next Tuesday. And I just think if you just rode a bit nicer around other people, you'd be easier to like. You don't want to touch that inside curb like I just did. It will immediately spit the arse of the car out. If Miller keeps up, he'll most likely get Petrucci's seat. I hope so. That is the plan. I think he's been riding brilliantly. I think Jack Miller genuinely has the talent. But unfortunately, like most Australian sports people in racing, he's got no money behind him. And he's got no sponsors behind him. Because Australian companies just... Australia as a country is not madly in love with motorsport. It's a select few people. So none of our companies fork out big dollars to sponsored riders or drivers. And you kind of have to struggle your way through. Remember when Casey Stoner joined Ducati? Ducati was shit. They weren't a good motorbike to be on. I remember when he went, I was like, no, dude, you had the LCR Honda ride. Stay there and try and get the factory Honda ride. He moved to Ducati and I was like, nah, big career mistake. And of course he went on to win some championships with it and got that Honda factory ride anyway. Which is why I'm a little bit hesitant to rip into Daniel Ricciardo as well. Because last time I was like, no, he's ruined his career, he's made a terrible choice, what's he doing? I've qualified 8th again, directly behind Speedy tyres, so this is deja vu. Nick Mate's in it again, up in 5th. We'll see how this one goes. But that's why I'm hesitant to rip into Daniel Ricciardo. Sure, the Renault is no good this year, we can see that. Best you can hope for is best of the rest. Obviously, you're going to have your top 6 drivers. He might pick up a few decent positions if some of them crash and he has a good race. But Renault could come good. We've got some rule changes coming. Renault has won many world championships. It's not like they've never been there before. So I'm not going to hook in yet. Yes, it does appear like it's a bit of a career ender at this point. But I said that about Casey Stoner. Rusty Rossi, hope Rossi wins. I'd like to see the old dog get one more. I would. You're in the Merc this time, and you're not 100%. The Porsche feels solid as a rock. It's a good race car, but it's obviously down on grunt because I didn't do any clean laps. I only did, what, 2 flying laps, and neither of them were particularly clean. But one was decent, and it was a 46.907, so I went a smidgen faster, but the overall pace over one lap is not a huge amount different, but it does feel like a more solid race car. Stoner made an impossible bike to ride possible. Ducati was a tough bike to ride. Yeah, I remember them saying, because everyone kind of went, oh, you know, Stoner knows how to ride an animal and that thing's an animal, but I remember his pit crew at the time saying, it's not that Stoner rides like an animal, like can ride an animal like the Ducati. It's the quite opposite. Oh, hey, Ben Maxine. I don't know if you're listening to the stream right now, but hey, dude, thank you for the in-lobby love. Yeah, they said it wasn't that Stoner learned how to tame the beast. It was in fact that he rode it so exceptionally smoothly that he got the best out of it. And everyone kind of goes, oh, he's just, you know, dirt track background. He's just good at hanging on and riding the guts out of it. Taming the beast. But yeah, it wasn't that. It was just that he was exceptionally smooth rider. But yeah, we'll find out. F1's a lot different from MotoGP. If you've watched any of those two formulas over the last few years, you'll know that MotoGP, I still stand, is the best form of top-level motor racing you will see anywhere in the world. It is absolutely amazing week in, week out. The gaps look the same as this. Is really just deja vu. Am I 1.1 seconds behind? And oh, okay, so slightly, or whatever Ben is in, it's got more grunt than this. Oh no, he's in Porsche. Ignore that. Didn't say anything. Speedy tyres back out on the apron. Worked well for him last time around. As we both break into some synchronised drifting there. Oh, wasn't trying to go the overtake. It's always scary jabbing the brakes on mid-corner. Oh, no, that's not. That is too enthusiastic. And I've run wide here. So bad couple of corners. I say it's a good race car and I started off much worse than I did. But with these tyres on, these cars feel slow. It feels like I'm in a GR4 car. And unfortunately this race, people aren't falling off the track like they did last race. I say that as Nick Mate falls off the track. Try and sneak up the inside there without making contact. I've done it. Duke is all kinds of... Oh, speedy tyres. So close. Porsche is not geared well for this track. You can see I'm only just engaging 6th gear at the end of the straight, and arguably I didn't really need to. I probably could have held 5th. The race is going to hold up speedy tyres. Oh, I'm just waiting for this to go badly in front of me. Oh, speedy tyres then. Snapped sideways once he got up on the curb. See if I can do something decent through here. Back on the throttle early. He's run very wide. I'll be surprised if he doesn't pick up a penalty. I've got a bit of a suck job for him as he picks up a penalty. Oh dear. I'm just going to overtake 2 of you in one hit. It's no big deal. A bit of an unintentional overtake, but he did go very slowly. You can see speedy tyres actually snuck up the inside of him as well. Yeah, the difference is that is 100% throttle the whole way through that turn, and that was not the case last race. I'll try and, if next lap, if I'm not going too bad there, I'll try and give you a little tip as to where to go on the throttle there. So anyone struggling with this track a bit. Because the hardest thing about it is the big long sweeping corners. It's knowing when to get on the throttle that doesn't push you too wide. And I'll tell you what I do, and it seems to work okay for me. What's your favourite GR3 car to use? I use so many of them all the time, and they always get updated and nerfed and buffed and everything else, but I never have a main favourite. So I don't really have an answer for that. Right now, the Porsche feels alright. Took a bit of a shallower line there. Left the turn in too late. But I think you need the 100% throttle here because it is not a speed demon on the straight. Random, you rage quit. No good, man. Okay, now I said I was going to give you a tip up here. So what I do, slow down and hold the curb, and when you see the orange right there in front of you, As soon as your bonnet faces that, although I've run a bit wide this time around, as soon as your bonnet faces that orange tyre bundle out to the side, that's when you can commit 100% throttle. Once your car sort of is facing straight at it. I don't know if that's a good tip or not. It's hard to explain. It's an interesting line I've chosen to take there. And unfortunately, none of the three in front of me are going to fall off the track by the looks of it. Too much throttle. Wouldn't mind having one more crack with the Porsche and trying to set a semi-decent lap time. So did a 47.2 in race, and you never go as quick in race as quali. So I feel like I've got a lower 46 in me around quali. So at least on that side I would have maintained SR and probably gained some of that DR back. Do the gloves make a difference? No, they're just more comfortable. I was getting a bit of a callus. You can't really see where the G29 does that before the wheel. Obviously you've got the wheel and then it goes like that in the middle. Where I was sort of hooking my thumb in, there's some heavy stitching up like that. And I was getting a little callus on my thumb after I did all that racing there over a couple of weeks. I seem to be living on this steering wheel. Bit of a callus on my thumb, so I put them on to alleviate that. And it's pretty much not too bad now. But they're actually just comfortable. I just quite like using them. I think it's finally time to engage my little fan as well. Just get some cool air on me. Clean race bonus, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Back up over $1 million. How did we go that time? So Nick coming through with the bacon for Australia, taking the win out. Fox Sports HD is $68 at the moment. Do you pay? I do have Fox Sports HD, and Ryan is spot on, but I'm probably going to cancel it in about 7 or 8 weeks time and get. What's that service called, Ryan, that I'm going to get? That's what I'm going to get. KO. KO is the go. Oz Farmer's got it, and he's dead right as well. That is the go. Right, how are we going for time? So I'm going to do this one more time. One more race here to see how we go. And then I'm going to open up a lobby just for about half an hour. Not a huge session, just about half an hour. Practicing for the FIA race tomorrow night, which of course is the GR1 cars around Dragonstar. So I might get a little bit of practicing because I won't have as much time now that the races have all moved back an hour. And Nick, mate, I have added you as a friend. I welcome anybody to add friends. With my open lobbies, I always have it set to friends only. But it's very easy to become my friend. You just have to add me up there. DRX913, you can see it in the middle of the screen. And remember, if you're loving my CR t-shirt, whilst mine is a little bit old and tattered now, I've worn it too much, you can buy some of your own merch. That sweet merch is linked in the description of the video. So I'm probably going to buy a hoodie, I reckon, coming into winter. Maybe another t-shirt. Enjoying the stream on your lunch break? Awesome. Thanks for joining, Doc. Hey Weeping Eye, welcome to the stream. Welcome to everyone that has joined, by the way. If you are enjoying yourself, do remember to hit that thumbs up before you leave. Helps me and the channel out a lot, helps me grow. And you better believe I appreciate the shit out of it. Okay, so I did manage to improve my time down to a 46.6. So Speedy Tyres hasn't done the same thing, that I might actually out-qualify him for the third race. Nice shirt, mate, I like it. Excellent. Well, you can have your own too. Not exactly the same as this, actually, but almost the same. This one's CR logo is slightly bigger than the current ones for sale, but it's much the same. It'll be fine. If anyone does buy merch, make sure you take a picture of yourself and at me wearing it, or take a picture of the shirt anyway. I'm going too slow for that now. The Porsche brakes too well. You give it a crack, Speedy Tyres. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I think your 46.8 is a magnificent lap, and I don't see any reason why you'd need to improve it. Live and on demand. Oh, Ryan's still getting paid by KO. He's not, by the way. I should specify that. Sounds like I did just get a new subscriber. Welcome. Thank you very much for hitting subscribe. Remember to hit that bell icon, because if you don't, you almost certainly will never get notified when my content goes up. Okay, one more. I've got one more genuine crack at this. Let's do it. Ran the sour livery on Porsche at Brands Hatch the other day. Did the community proud. Weeping Eye. You did me proud, mate. Good job. And you didn't come last. Excellent. Good work. No, I've got time to hit retry. Adgio, was it? Welcome, Adgio. Thank you, Ryan. And another subscriber straight away. Welcome to you as well. Thank you very much. Can't quite read that. I should do something about that, shouldn't I? But welcome. Wide there again. Balazas, thank you. Welcome. Afternoon, Tony. Get out of the dirt. Come on. The lap has felt decent. 16 seconds on the clock. Oh, 46.4. Found another couple of tenths. Let's hope that keeps us in front of Speedy Tyres for the third and final daily race before I jump into an FIA practice lobby. It'll only be half an hour. We'll have a chat. Hopefully you can join in if you're keen as a bean covered in margarine. Get your Sony ready, get your game ready, because that'll be up in 4 laps time since this is a 4-lap sprint race. He's probably done a 46.3. He probably has too, the bastard. Literally just improved to a 46.6. Aha! So I'm glad I picked you right at the end, Speedy Tyres. That should give me a spot over you. Welsh Boy UK, you must be up late, because I very rarely manage to catch you live, being the other side of the world and stuff. No! This is normal stream time. I've qualified 5th. And where's Speedy Tyres? Oh, he's not in my lobby. Speedy, finally, after what, 8 straight races, we have been separated. Feels bad, man. Nick Mate's still in here, though. It did chuck you in a different lobby. I know what's going on. Our relationship's over, Speedy. It's not you, man. It's me. Yeah, daylight saving. So we wound our clocks back an hour. And didn't you guys recently move your clocks forward an hour, I think? So that has now meant that we are you were 11 hours behind us, you're now only 9 hours behind us. So this is normal stream time, but it's going to be later in the day. Which is also good if I decide to do some streams that suit you Northern Hemisphere people a little bit more. It means I don't have to get up quite as early on a Saturday morning. I can get up at a decent time. Not that I ever do that, but we've got 2 24-hour races coming up. On iRacing, we've got the Nürburgring Nordschleife 24-hour race coming up at the start of May, and at the end of May is the Spa 24-hour. On iRacing, I'll be doing them with a fellow YouTuber, Rory, or Ivers, as you may know him. Ryan will be one of the co-pilots as well. And was it Doctor? Who was... No. Who's Erie doing it with again? God, I should know that. That's my bad. Apologies. Definitely someone. Oh, Ryan's going to jump in the chat. Can I get Discord up in time? Don't know, it's race time. I don't know if I can. No, you're going to have to wait, Ryan. You can join for the last half an hour, though. We'll have a chat. It is the doc. Good. I was like, man, I feel really bad because we're obviously Erie set that chat up, which I haven't looked at for a couple of days. It is Dr. Rob. There we go. Dr. Rob. That's why. Because you're on there as ERT Doctor. Hey, I'm around the corner this time. Starting a little bit higher up in 5th position, which is nice. Everyone moves over to try and break the suck job. But we're all too wise for that. Waiting for the dive bomb here. It's not forthcoming. I'm sneaking myself up the inside of that one. I'll do the same there. I'll try not to run him wide though. I've slowed down a lot. He's going to have the line for the next corner, so I'm actually just going to tuck in behind him here so I can regain my corner line. Oh, he runs a little bit wide though. Some slight contact in the bright pink Nick Mate. Looks to be... Well, that is too much throttle. I know that now. I can see the error in my ways. Dive bomb was not on there. I managed to run wide anyway. Look at the radar at the last second and I saw him coming. He's got some pace too, so I'm going to have to push hard here. Big Duke. Oh, we know Duke's quick because I've seen him in previous lobbies. In fact, he's going to be bloody hard to keep behind me. He's got me down to 210, so I'm waiting for the dive bomb here. Oh, there is his dive bomb. I guess that's one way to do it. Just use off the road. I can't get an SR down arrow for it. Probably got out of that fairly lightly. But that's stupid of Duke. He's completely gone as well. There's a tip for you, the young players out there. Just because you're faster than the car in front doesn't mean the overtake is on. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just back off a little bit and tee up a proper overtake rather than the last minute dive bomb. Because I got an SR down arrow and he lost a lot of spots. He's off the top 8 leaderboard now, so... Oh no, Nick mate. He's out doing some mad jumps on the little known, little talked about. Oh no, that's wide. Oh, don't give me a penalty, please. Please. Damn it. That is one of the corners on this track you just cannot run wide on. So, that is going to make holding this position very, very tough. And it also means my DR will almost certainly go down. So a bit unfortunate there, but that is just one of those corners you cannot run wide on. As I very temporarily took the fastest lap of the race, but I hate your guts has pipped me by 3/10. These two look pretty cute together, don't they? They almost held hands through turn 1. So I've got a 1.5 second lead over I Hate Your Guts, who is currently the fastest man on track. The question is, will it be enough to maintain? I've only got to give up a half a second penalty. But it's at the start of a straight, so I suspect he's going to blast it right on past me. Try and get the best run I can here. Penalty served. I got out to a 1.7 second gap, so I might be able to hold this. Now I just need these two to run into each other. And gift me the lead. And then I'll be happy. Oh, half a second penalty there. So if I can push and catch up to the back of him, I might be able to pip him. Second place is all of a sudden potentially on the cards. That's what we used to be at this speedy. Did you pull out of your race once we weren't in the same lobby? Because you're typing in the chat. Shouldn't you be racing? .3 second gap over I Hate Your Guts. 9/10 back, but of course, oh, that is deep. Spurred on by my purple sector, but I've lost a lot of time to I Hate Your Guts. Such a beautiful name. Second behind him. I don't know that I'm gonna. I need a really good run up through here. I don't think I'm going to be close enough. Damn it. I'm not. All I can do is apply some pressure and hope he folds like origami. Too eager to get on the power there, trying to get a good run. It's not to be. Third place is going to have to do, but at least I improved. So race 1 was a, and I did a 47 flat there in race that last lap too, so you could tell I was pushing. It was only purple because you hadn't hit the brakes yet. You're right, Ryan, you are right. Okay, so that was cool. That was fun, and hopefully the net result wasn't a major loss in DR. I did get 2 penalties though, so we'll see how we go. I think I started, what did I say, 40,700 and something. And I've managed to hit a magical button that has brought up the script. Have I just broken my stream? I don't really understand what I've done. Question mark. I have no mouse either. Things are going well. Okay. I have a mouse back. I'm winning. I must have hit F11, I guess. Stream's okay? Still here? Great. Great. That's great. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that race. I did it 3 times, and I improved each time. So the deal is now I'm going to... Oh, daily workout car. Can hardly wait to see what little gem I've unlocked here today. Although there does appear to be... No. No. The wheel of disappointment has bitten again. So the go is here. I'm going to open up a lobby and try and best replicate tomorrow night's FIA race to the best of my ability. GTR Freak has sent me a friend request. I will add you. Let's first have a look at what the lobby stipulates. Was that the car, actually, was that the car that was on that wheel of disappointment? Actually, I can have a look there. Okay, so GR1. Fuel consumption 2 times. Taiwan. I'm going to take a picture of that so I know what is going on. And I can try and best replicate this in the lobby. So I'm going to have limited time tomorrow night to practice. So the stream will start half an hour earlier. But if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, it's still going to be an hour and a half later than you're used to. Which is cool. I think that's a good thing. Hopefully a few more of you guys are going to be able to join. So I'm happy with daylight savings, even though I lose that daylight after work. Yes, welcome to the lurkers. Absolutely. And I will add Ryan into the chat. Okay, let's see if I can do this now, Ryan. Mad Dog, what's going on?
That was a weird experience.
There you go.
Because I was literally sitting there and you're like, I'll see if I can add him into the chat. And you're like, how you going? I'm like, oh, what?
Chat delays.
Yes.
Load settings. So, I've set my load to stun. No, that's awful. That's really inappropriate. FIA, let's load that. Now, I've got to get the right version of the track here too. Which version of Dragon Trail?
First the Gardens reverse, so Gardens 2.
Gardens 2 is the track. What's the time of day? Does it tell us? I didn't take enough of a picture, I don't think. Let's just go.
Is it Seaside 2, is it?
What is it? Seaside 2.
Seaside 2.
Good one, Ryan. Jeez, mate.
Jeez.
Lead me up the garden path. You've been in the chat for 3 minutes, and you've already led me up the garden path.
Yeah, I try.
No,
up, mate, up.
Yeah,
up top.
I wasn't really concentrating when I held the button down. Here we go. Dragon Tail Gardens or Gardens 2? Seaside 2. Seaside 2. Okay.
Seaside 2.
Got it. Locked it in. It's fine. It's all good. Someone put the time of day in there? Yeah, Jesus, Ryan.
Yeah, look.
None of this stuff should matter. I'll do 15 minutes of practice to practice the lap with tyre wear and fuel depletion off, and then I'll turn them on for that realistic feel. And of course we want GR1 as a category. BOP on. And what tyres do we get?
Medium and hard.
Medium and hard. Racing medium and racing hard.
No, comfort.
Comfort hards we get for the GR1s.
God, imagine that.
Tuning. Oh, I've prohibited tuning, but we could get that same lobby bug. We'll find out, I suppose. I better put all this on strong because it's going to be FIA, so we'll put some casting on.
PDTDs.
So, what now?
Polyphonic digital technical difficulties.
Yeah. That's what they do best, Ryan.
You're right.
Counter steering prohibited, active, yep. I think that all looks pretty good. Let's save the settings under FIA. Overwrite. Yep. And what's this one called? It's just called FIA, I think. Doesn't matter because you just sort by friends anyway. And we will create the room. So you're more than welcome to join if you're not friends with me. Again, it's up there, DRX913. Add me and I'll use my Teflon to add you right on back. Right, let's change car. This looks like quite... Is this a short track? No, it's not too bad, is it?
It's got that chicane.
I'm going to start
which will be interesting.
Porsche, because the Porsche... Oh, yeah. That chicane you got to try and go flat out through, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Car settings. We'll go racing mediums to do some shit-hard laps on.
And then... it'll be good fun when you're trying to do it and someone's trying to slide it up the inside too.
Yeah, why not? Track limits are actually not too strict. Nice. Going to do a practice race. Probably not. Probably just a practice lobby for a little bit before the stream ends. I was thinking of joining, but not long awake up. I'm still not awake yet properly. Fair enough, Welsh boy. Well, you're welcome to join if you would like. Looks like the
Jump
lobby
in
works.
anyway.
Yeah, jump in. I mean...
It's just for lols.
Okay. I know everything works. I'm actually going to take this opportunity to spectate. Who's going to spectate? Are you going out, Ryan?
I don't even have my PlayStation on, mate.
Oh. Well, we're going to watch Nick, mate, because he's the guy I just clicked on. And I am going to try and find a mouse. Surely I have one. I had one moments ago. Oh, there it is. Welcome back. I am just going to take a very quick comfort break. And then I'll be back. So, don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back.
And Ozfarmer, in relation to my thoughts for Gran Turismo, it's not that I don't like it, like it's good fun and everything, but I don't have the ability to do well at a lot of different racing games at once. Basically because I'm shit. But so I'm just trying to concentrate at the moment because obviously we're going to be doing the Nürburgring 24-hour race on iRacing, and I've been doing a couple of races like the VLN 4-hour and stuff like that, and jumping between iRacing and Gran Turismo, it's just making me bad at both of them, like because they are so different. So for me at the moment, like, I'm happy to jump in for fun open lobbies and stuff like that, just mucking about, but I don't want to put in the effort to put my try-hard pants on in dailies and FIA and stuff like that, just because as soon as I start trying to concentrate on this, it affects my ability to race properly in iRacing and stuff as well. So it's purely just because I want to do well at that one, because that's probably where I'd be having to focus, wanting to focus, I should say. There are a couple of other things that irk me about the game as well, but I understand the greater picture though, with the fact that it's, that they've got a large audience to cater to, so I kind of just overlook a lot of things.
What are you talking about there, Ryan?
Just explaining to Ozfarmer my thoughts regarding Gran Turismo.
Oh, he's taken it to heart that you're not a huge fan.
Oh no, I don't really care. I just wanted to explain to him that just down to my pure lack of ability, I can't concentrate on two racing games at once. That's all it really comes down to. Like, as I said just then, there's a couple of things that irk me about the game, but I understand that the game's got a very wide audience to try and adhere to. So
it also has a super casual audience to try and cater to, which is important to remember as well. And as much as some of us like us definitely want far more sim elements, sim elements, that's a good word. We want a lot more sim elements. It would actually force a lot of people that currently play Gran Turismo to leave. Yeah,
100%.
And if the physics got too much like Assetto Corsa or iRacing, you're going to have
cars.
The Project Cars is its own. Let's not touch Project Cars. But let's go with Assetto Corsa and iRacing, and even R Factor too. If Gran Turismo was to mimic those sorts of physics, car physics, I think we would also lose a lot of people that play the game, because all of a sudden they become super hard on controller. You got people like Speedy Chicken Man, who is one of the fastest people in Australia currently, and he would be pretty much out of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yes. Now, Restreamio has been letting me down massively, so I'll take a quick moment to shout out anyone that's been watching this stream on Twitch. I'm going to load up... No, I'm not. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to exit everything because I'm an asshole.
Good one.
I'm going to take my glove back off.
Hello, Hippie, and welcome, Speedy. Speedy, ears were burning.
Speedy Chicken?
Yep.
I have to open up YouTube now. I don't even have YouTube chat. That's how much of a fail that was. Go live.
No, you are live, mate.
This new live stream bloody is shit on YouTube. You have to go back to the classic. It's the only thing that works. Speak of the devil, there he is. Ryan is talking now. He wanted to join in and explain to Ozfarmer why he hates Gran Turismo Sport.
I don't hate it. And as I said though, I would jump in on some fun lobbies and stuff. I just don't want to concentrate too hard on it.
I'm getting to pro.
Yeah, it makes me bad at both of them then. Because
I
don't have the ability.
I mean, you just need to practice. I do. I'm sorry, I have missed. There's a few people have actually followed on Twitch tonight. So, apologies. My Restreamio is not working, so I'm not seeing the chat come through like I would like. Let me try and rectify that now by popping the chat out.
Well, I mean, put it this way, to show how seriously I'm taking the iRacing at the moment in a bid to actually get better, I did probably 50 laps of Spa today.
Wow.
And spent almost just as long going over all the data to see where I was going slower and faster and where I need to get better.
You're hardcore, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just like to get into it.
Greg,
certainly
do you play
something.
Project Cars as well? I do. I haven't played it for a little while. We went through a bit of a relationship breakdown after I tried to host a 1.2 hour changeable weather race there. But I am coming back. There will be more Project Cars to come. 100%, I can promise you that much. And iRacing.
That was the day that I did back.
Did you back?
Yeah. When you were going to do that race, because I was going to join that night, but then I all of a sudden...
Oh, I wasn't going to do that race, Ryan. I did that race.
Well,
and
when
it was
I was
an
going to do that race.
absolute fustercluck. God, it's so long since I've been here. This Porsche feels so nice. I hope it's a viable option for the race, because this is the car I want to use. You jump in for those. Excellent.
Now, whilst Farmer's making fun of me for when I did it. God, I take all the time and effort to jump on here and...
What's he making fun of you for?
He says, so funny when you bin it. Take all the effort in to come in and explain myself. And he just made fun of me.
And he doesn't give a shit, mate. He just wanted to make you justify to him.
That's it.
He's like that manager at work that's just like, tell me why you did it this way, tell me, and you have to stand there and explain it to him, and then he gets to the end kind of like, okay, yeah, no worries. And you're like, you didn't even care, you just wanted me to explain to you why I did it. That's Oz Farmer for you right now. I enjoy Project Cars 1, but I have corners to go through.
I enjoyed Project Cars 1 and 2, but since I'm exclusively a controller player, I just couldn't get it to work. If GT Sport moved to be more of a sim, it would completely kill it. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. There's such a huge sort of controller, more casual, and I don't mean that offensively to call you a casual, because obviously Speedy Chicken Man comes into that category because I'm referring to controller users as casual. He's obviously super fast. But whereas Project Cars and Assetto Corsa and stuff are happy to go, if the controller's not very good, then too bad. But Gran Turismo and Sony, don't forget this game is very much backed by Sony and funded by Sony. They are saying, no, we want everyone with any PlayStation 4 to be able to play this. We don't want them to have to go out and spend friggin' over $1,000 on a play seat and a steering wheel to enjoy it, which is fair enough.
Unless it's a Sony product, obviously.
Yeah.
In which case, they're all for it.
Well, Sony haven't endorsed steering wheel, don't they? It was the Thrustmaster this time around, is that right?
Oh, I have no idea.
It used to be a Logitech product, but I think now it's a T300.
I think so.
Yeah. Also, I am on a controller. Well, why do I always read things coming into turn 1 and then I miss the braking marker for it?
Because you're a bit silly.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm on a controller and it's impossible to compete with wheels.
Yeah, it is. And look, Assetto Corsa is not going to get any easier for you. Oh, no. Not flat that time. And in fact, it's not just Speedy Chicken Man, but the Conzio, who of course got flown over to, was it Tokyo and London?
Austria.
He was also on a controller. Obviously, he had to compete with the wheel once there, because they were the competition rules. But he got there with a controller, so yeah.
Imagine if he just turned up and just sat there on the racing rig with all the computer and everything, and just used the controller.
I'm sure he would have done if he was allowed to.
Yeah, I reckon. And he probably would have done a little bit better as well.
I actually haven't watched Speedy Chicken Man on SBS yet. Of course, SBS is a channel in Australia, by the way. It's like a government-funded channel.
Somewhat, yeah.
Sort of.
ABC is the one.
ABC is the government one, but SBS is that kind of like the BBC? Because that's somewhat government-funded, isn't it, the BBC?
I don't know about how that works over there.
No,
I'm 100% certain there'll be someone in the chat assist you with that though.
Yep. Hippie Head has joined.
I will just point out that you went into that turn that time without talking and managed to make the corner.
Nothing to see here.
Oh.
Nah, we're all good. There's nothing to see here at all. That's fine.
Piesco, you can probably watch it. I know that it's on the SBS On Command.
And that should be
website.
available internationally.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that you can get that internationally.
Yes, so that is available, and Speedy Chicken Man was on that. So this SBS channel are doing a sim races versus real races challenge, I think, on Gran Turismo. 6v6, is that right? Again, I haven't watched it yet.
4x4.
A 4v4, and it's 4 real races versus 4 sim races, and Speedy Chicken Man got invited on there to do that. And I presume he had to use a wheel there.
Yeah.
How did you go? Don't spoil it. I'll find out. I'll find out myself.
I said, take the effort, mate, and watch it.
I will actually do that. Oh,
Call yourself a fan.
I mean, I'm as big a Speedy Chicken Man fan as anyone, but I just haven't had the chance to watch it yet. Your friend watched it overseas. It's on a website. It's a live streaming on-demand video on a website. Surely it's available overseas. I don't see why they would want to.
Speedy Chicken says that his friend watched it overseas on Freeview.
Yeah. Oh, on Freeview. Okay.
Which?
What's Freeview?
I don't know. I'm guessing something, but
let's try this corner one more time. Down one gear. That's too slow. Oh, sort of. That's a lot more flat through there. And then you don't want to turn for so long in this corner. That's better. The punch out wasn't, but that was a much better line through there. BBC has a license fee. Oh yeah, you guys have to pay for TV.
Pay for TV, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Weird.
Well, we have to pay for Foxtel because that's like America's cable TV.
Yeah, but exactly. It's a paid subscription service. Like, I don't understand paying for free-to-air TV.
Yeah,
if someone told me,
I bet they don't call it free-to-air TV over there.
Well, yeah, they don't. But if someone told me that I had to pay for Channel 10, 7 and 9, I'd be like, yeah. I just won't ever watch that.
How about no? I mean, I haven't even had a free-to-air TV antenna plugged in for like 3 years.
Yeah, no, me either.
I've had a massive brain fart. Just don't worry about it. Just don't look. Don't look. It's sad.
God.
It's a train wreck. Don't look. It's embarrassing.
I mean, you can watch them shows obviously through your Foxtel box, but yeah, it's there's no way that I'd commit to paying to watch any of that crap.
Oh no, me either.
Like, it irritated me so much that I had to watch the Foxtel and Channel 10 to watch the F1 Supercars.
Yeah, I know.
In Melbourne, and then the entire Channel 10 thing, he's got like Adam Gilchrist hosting it, and he's a cricketer.
Sorry, Junior.
It's all just.
I don't think I did.
It's all just advertising for Channel 10, and I'm like, this has got absolutely nothing to do with Formula 1, but whatever.
Yeah, they're pretty awful, but that's where you see all your Australia's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, all those kinds of crappy shows. That's all on our free-to-air.
But says no adverts to sit through on BBC, so I'm guessing it's much like
SBS, like ABC.
Well, probably much like Fox in the there's no actual ads, but I'm guessing they probably advertise their own channels. So.
Yeah, so that is like Fox, yeah, you're right.
$120 notes a year to me makes absolutely no sense, mate.
But anyway, that TV station is running this real races versus sim races thing. Speedy Chicken Man got invited to go onto it, say, look mum, I'm on TV, is what he would have been saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's more. There's 3 more races to go, isn't there?
Yeah, because I think Speedy. I saw, what's his name, DeJesus or whatever his name is. I think I saw him on Twitter say that he, or De Jesus, I guess you might say it.
Yeah, a couple of ways you could say it.
De Jesus, that's how it's spelled.
3 more episodes. So did they film it all at once, and you know the results, but obviously it's one secrecy, or do you have to go back?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Have you already done the 3 races? Because, you know, real life drivers aren't going to be that interested in going back down there every Thursday night, are they?
Well, yeah, not to mention that and scheduling ability and all that sort of stuff. Like Chelsea Angelo and Liam Talbot would probably be the other one that would be too stressed by that.
Oh, is Chelsea on there as well,
then,
is she?
Yeah.
She's a talent that never got a fair gig.
Yeah, it's all money.
Yeah, it is. She didn't have any backing. But she's a fair talent.
2 episodes in 2 days. Oh, okay. GTR Freak in our lobby was also... So the GTR Freak in your lobby right now was also there.
Oh, right, okay, cool. Cool.
Cool.
I will watch that. 100% I will actually... see, I got up on that inside curve and it just poo-shoots you. That was with the...
That's twice you've done it now.
Yeah, because it's actually the inside curb, and I thought I was going too fast.
There you go, and he's a controller user as well.
Oh, there you go.
So,
So apparently they weren't inviting real sim racers. Sorry, I'm not really an elitist wanker. That was definitely a piss take.
Yeah. But I think it's something that we've mentioned all along though, like, controller racing is definitely 100% possible. You can do it quite successfully on here. Yeah,
on Gran Turismo Sport, it is totally being geared up. And I said from the very beginning, I think that's a directive from Sony, because they're paying a lot of the bills for this game. I bet you they stipulated that this thing is to be as playable on a controller as it is on a steering wheel.
Yeah.
But Forza's the same. I don't think it is. I think Forza, from what I've read, and I don't have it, but I've read that game is in fact better with a controller. Like, you will be faster on a controller than a wheel.
I mean, the last Forza that I raced on was, I think it was the...
6?
It was the first one that came out with the Xbox One.
Yeah, I think that's 6.
Yeah. And that was fantastic to drive, like with the controller and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just couldn't get into the grind. And I still think till today, the AI that was in that Forza Motorsport 6 was probably the best I've seen in a racing game.
Damn it, in the world. I think Race Room has got the best AI.
Yeah, well, I've raced with Race Room as well, and I still think that Forza Motorsport 6 was better.
Smart move on Sony's behalf. Well, yeah, absolutely. As I say,
certainly was.
They want this to be available to the masses, not just the sim racing tragics.
Yeah, it's all about making money. That's the only thing that matters.
Mind you, at this point, how are they making money? They don't charge us for updates. They don't charge us for content. They pay for these Sony would pay for these extravagant sim racing world tour events that they host. How's Gran Turismo making money?
Searching whilst you're doing laps.
At this point, they've got to be having a huge OPEX and a very small, like a huge CAPEX, a huge OPEX, and just no revenue. Why are you braking at the chicane? I'm not. I just backed off and then I hit the wall. Brownie, I hope that answers all of your questions and the next one that you had for me. They've already made their money, plus brand licensing, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I hit that inside wall again. I've got to cut that so fine to try not to hit the wall. I keep cocking that up, but it's alright, this is practice.
So this is going back, like, only to the end of 2017. they'd sold 7.5 million copies. Like you run that at $80 each.
Yeah, I suppose
Significant.
their theory here has really been to create such a good live service that they just keep selling. Oh, I got a penalty for that. That they just keep selling. Sorry, Chris, I'm right in the way there. That they just keep selling the actual game itself, because the game's only been $30 for ages too, hasn't it? Unless it continually goes on sale at that price. Anyway, Gran Turismo has a lot of flaws, which I often call out on my streams, but I think what it's doing is very good for motorsport, sim racing, racing games. I think they're doing a good thing for the community, and there's no doubt people that have got right into Gran Turismo will probably get far more interested in motorsport and in, you know, more hardcore simulators. So I think for a sim community, it's a good thing. Which is why we need to get rid of the elitism. We need to stop having such big divides within a very small community. Oh, that was close. That was closer. Please turn the corner, or just do that, it's fine.
Hello there, Conzio.
Hey Conzio, I was just talking about you earlier. I keep saying people's names and they keep turning up.
Scarlett Johansson was looking pretty good the other day.
Yeah, and so was Mila Kunis actually. I saw them. She was definitely doing some... No, she's not in the chat yet. She'll turn up. They'll turn up.
Eventually.
100%.
Speedy Chicken says, say Kaz.
Kaz.
Oh, Kaz. If you could just turn up, we've got some questions.
Just pop in. Just go, I am Kaz. I'm here to listen to your feedback. Lol, that's how you know it's a fake.
Oh, you're talking about open lobbies? DC.
Yeah. Kaz has left the chat.
Osvaldo says, so PC2 lab record holder and V8 at Bathurst is 6 seconds slower on his controller versus his rig.
Is that on P-Cars too? Sorry, was that?
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yeah. For Project Cars, 100%. But
yeah.
That doesn't have the same sort of push towards the controller as what Gran Turismo has.
No.
I think Project Cars is definitely trying to apply more of that sim basis as opposed to the controller.
Absolutely, but they're also not getting major funding from Sony to make it playable for all their players.
Yeah, exactly.
They just have to meet the same criterion as Crash Racing does.
That's it.
Oh, there's 7/10 off my time. I'm up to 4th.
Welcome, here he is.
Hey Rory, how are you, mate? Afternoon. See, this is how much later I am now. I should probably let Ring Driver go because he's obviously faster than me, but I'm on a hot lap, so at the same time... Oh, I was good through there too. We'll power on for this lap. Look at him catch me. What is he in? Oh, I'm on the marbles. Yeah, I'm going to get out of the way and let Ring Driver go past. He's in the Toyota. Okay, I might have to give the Toyota a crack. Oh, Audi, sorry. Actually,
yeah, well, I think...
isn't the Audi real bad on fuel, though?
Don't know. Brownie was saying before the R18 was better.
Is that than the Porsche? Or I might have to switch.
That's what Brownie says. I don't know.
If Brownie said it, mate...
He'd be a much better gauge than I would be, that's for sure.
that is for sure. I think I do own the R18. Oh, that's too fast in there.
I can't imagine that you would have been racing this long and not either afforded or won it.
Yeah. I want to know.
But then again, I also wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, me either.
It's probably been on your daily win every single time, and then just lost it anyway.
And then I just get another 86 or
R32 GDR.
R32 GDR. There's the R18. Is there only one? No, there's two. And which one do I want? No, hang on, they're the same.
I was going to say you've got two of the same car.
There's only one version of this, isn't there? Because I've been called out before trying something, and then it's like, alright, you're in the wrong car.
Kaz just says, "Are you guys looking for me?"
Hey Kaz, about your online lobbies. Go on, tell me you're listening to player feedback, and that's how we'll know that if you're the real Kaz or not. What am I doing? Yeah, I want mediums. And TCS off. How's the ring practice going? Oh, very good, Rory. Mate, I've been struggling to stay off it. That's all I've been doing. I don't know if you've watched any of my content over the last 3 weeks, but it's all. This is the first non-iRacing stream I've done. I have done A-Lab,
you definitely have been on your ring, that's for sure.
I've been talking out my ring. Straight away, I can tell you this car doesn't feel like it's got as much grip as the Porsche or as much acceleration. Well, it definitely doesn't grip like the Porsche. This doesn't feel nice at all.
Okay, so apparently you do have the wrong Audi.
Oh, Jesus wept. So I don't have it, because if there's an R18 610, so I told you there was a different one. I don't have it then.
Well, you were saying that you wanted to add the tyre wear, so why don't you just leave, go and buy it, and jump back in with the tyre wear?
Don't have enough money.
It'd be $1 million.
I'm going to go back to the Porsche, because I've been practicing in it, and it feels great. And I'm going to add the tyre wear and fuel burn on. Ryan's done a lot of laps though, Rory. Ryan has done a lot of laps, so I feel like I'll absorb some of that off him. You know, half of that practice. I will do practice though. It's fine. I know the Nordschleife like the back of my hand.
As it turns out, knowing the Nordschleife isn't the problem. It's just the people that drive on it around you.
Correct. What am I even doing here? Oh yes, I'm putting
tyre wear on, mate.
Tyre wear on. Where's tyre wear? I've obviously gone past it.
You been doing this long?
No, this is my first time on Gran Turismo. Thanks to everyone who has decided to join me for... Is it 3 times tyre wear? And 12 times fuel?
I don't know, mate. You took a photo of it.
I did. I'm going to look it up now. 13 times tyre wear. I was close. I knew there was a 3 in it.
There was a 3 in there somewhere.
I knew there was a 3 in it. And 2 times. Only 2 times fuel depletion. How many laps is this thing? Not sure. But I feel like fuel's not going to be an issue. At 2 times fuel burn.
Jeez, I hate that. And that's one thing I really liked about our Aston Cup. Where we nailed the fuel usage enough to sort of make people guess whether they should do a 1-stop or a 2-stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's just you got to give people that sort of strategy, and that's where you can actually get into enjoying the game, not so much just lapping.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that with your FIA last week, you didn't even have to put any fuel in it.
Nope. Correct.
That just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, they can't seem to get the balance right. Where's Kaz? Kaz still here? Kaz, we've got some
What's
ideas
going on with
for
that,
you.
Kaz? I mean, the tyre wear was
stopped in front of me.
Tyre wear was absolutely brutal in that last race.
Yeah. Oh, savage. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you didn't use an ounce of fuel. It just... Yeah, it's got me stuffed.
Slam. And I've got our Thunderpants Brownsy behind me. Cut that corner like a boss. I'm just going to... Oh. Nothing to say here. Move on.
Yeah, Kaz left because we were talking about open lobbies.
Yeah, we started talking about suggestions and he was like, ding ding, I'm out. I'm just going to charge on to see how many laps I can do before I run out of something. I suggest tyres, not fuel. Set up a GTTC series so that tyre wear is perfect for 2 stops but fuel is perfect for 1 stop. Get the teams thinking and testing. That's what you want.
Yeah, I think for the Aston one, the testing that I did for that, it was all about making the fuel last. So making it questionable as to whether you did a 1 stop or a 2 stop, because with the tyres, I think we had the softs and the mediums. So you could kind of play that sort of strategy card there as well. Nice work on the chicane back there. But
it's alright, I stuffed it all up after that, so...
Yeah, that's okay though. For me, whenever you go into pits, you just change tyres anyway because it's so fast. Like if it was going to cost you another 10 seconds or something to change your tyres, you're like, well, I'll try and make these last.
Yeah, I agree. If you pit for fuel, you may as well take tyres.
Yeah.
You're really not going to lose out much. If you can pit and not take fuel, then you're definitely going to gain an advantage.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you're pitting for fuel, you change the tyres. And that's why I kind of worked it around the fuel basis, not so much the tyres. But I think I threw it up pretty well though. There was a couple of rounds where I think Catalunya was a bad one, trying to make the tyres last.
Yeah.
But it was good. It added the challenge. It's a good little series, that one. We look forward to doing the Fuguzis in 2021 when the FIAs stop.
I'll get to it, man. I'll get to it. It's on the list. It's on the list of things to do, mate. It's on the list of things to do.
I mean, considering I'd already finished pretty much all the liveries like at Christmas time, ahead of the curve.
I've moved my brake bias further back at the recommendation of Ring Driver, who has suggested it will charge my battery better.
It's an interesting one, considering most of your brake performance come from your front.
I agree. That's how it should work. And now the car just feels like shit because it's coming around at the back end.
Yeah.
And my battery doesn't seem to be charging any better, so I'm going to bail on that. Thank you for your suggestion though, Ring Driver. I'm not here just to dump on your idea, man. I tried it. I will politely disagree. And get back on with sucking. The Fuguzi 2021, that's it. I better let the Conzio past.
Apparently Kai 25 did testing.
Oh, whoa! Sorry, Conzio, that just went tits up, man. What was that?
Apparently Kai 25 did testing on.
Did testing on what? Oh, the actual brake bias. Yeah, okay. Well, if he said that, then I'm definitely not going to trust it. No, that's not fair.
So Red Matt says, on a lap before you set a lap, drive around with the brake on a bit, it'll charge the battery up in time to get fast lap.
Well, that's a fair point. Oh no, I got up in the curb.
Applause for move there, letting Conzio pass and then taking him out.
Oh, wait. It's not a good lap for the Porsches. It's not a good lap for the Porsches.
I was going to say, both of you and Conzio have just had an absolute shocker.
Okay, I'm going to go out and do 2 more laps and then this stream's going to be over. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself, guys. Remember to leave a like before you leave the stream. It helps me out. It's free for you. And if you're new, try that subscribe button. Got plenty more content. You might like it. Not saying you will. I'm just saying you might.
See, holding the brake and the accelerator at the same time is something that in iRacing and that is something and Assetto Corsa is something I do all automatically anyway, because it generates brake temperature, which warms the rim, which creates temperature in the tyres.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty natural thing to do. Obviously, you don't do it in Gran Turismo because Gran Turismo.
Yeah. Oh, it's an outlap. Who cares? No one cares. I'm going to do a flyer. There's going to be an absolute bloody jam straight to the top. At least I've got some practice in before tomorrow night's FIA race, which I will be live streaming, by the way, so if you're keen to see how I do in this car around this track, I mean, from what you're seeing now, you can probably see how it's going to go, but you never know. Sometimes I surprise even myself. Tyre wear doesn't seem too bad. I say as I smash into the wall again. I watched Ring Driver do it in front of me.
Sympathy.
I thought he's currently got the fastest time. He'll know what he's doing.
As it turns out, that is not the fastest way around.
Not the fastest.
I reckon he was throwing a dummy.
Throwing a dummy, you reckon?
Yeah, like, this is just trying to show you how to do it, but...
That's a new line I've just taken. That's fine. 2-second penalty. Well, I just wanted to try at the inside track.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you could just drive straight through the chase and not actually go down to the right there, that would probably be much faster.
Yeah.
And subsequently, like, everybody is on the side of the road, so they're all trying your new idea.
Yeah. One more. Tyre wear is pretty bad at this point, but it's whatever. I've got much better race pace and consistency than one lap pace anyway, so it's fine. It's probably a bit too cautious through there, but I made it, and that's what you got to do.
It's the only way it's going to happen, Fiasco.
What's that?
Is that people are going into the pits, see how it's moving up the ladder.
I'm my way up the leaderboard, mate. That's how you do it. That's how us pros do it in the circles, in the pro circles. It's a little trick of ours. Oh, face first into the wall, Chris Redbeard.
Good thing that beard had the cushion the blow.
The airbag Redbeard. They don't call him old Beardy McAirbag face for nothing.
Solid lap that one, mate. It was absolute belter.
It was definitely something. It was my fastest. And that was on worn tyres, so if I actually pull my finger out... Eric, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Great to have you in here. It's going alright. Look at all this advantage we get now that I'm 2 hours closer to the Northern Hemisphere on our time zone. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
We get all kinds of people stopping in. I'm still like the leading off-peak YouTuber. I'm still the YouTuber you watch.
Seventh best, mate. Come on.
No, 7th best off-peak YouTuber in Tasmania. But I think I'm the leading off-peak YouTuber. I'm the guy that people want to watch when all the good YouTubers aren't streaming because it's the middle of the day, afternoon or morning.
Pretty much.
I'm all that's left. I'm like the best alternative to what's left. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying I'm good. I'm just saying I'm there when nothing else is on.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. It's like Formula E. If there was no racing except Formula E, you would watch Formula E.
Correct. Ritz, lots of love from New Zealand. Thoughts on Backy what? Thoughts on Backy cones?
Yeah, right.
Backy cones? Is that some weird Kiwi thing?
Must be.
Beardy McAirbag Face. That's you, Chris. That is your new name.
Speedy, every now and then we
just
actually just pick the country up and just move it over a little bit more.
We just tow it in a bit closer. Probably all the natural gas and electricity and everything else we send offshore. They just grab hold of it and just reel it in a little bit closer for a couple of 6 months a year. Time zones are completely off. You're at work, yeah. But, you know, generally speaking, this would normally be 2 hours ago, and this would be the end of my stream, so it's a bad time. When will the Euro streams be? Because normally by the time I wake up, they're finishing. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye out. But anyway, it's a better time zone at the moment. Someone say cones. Backy cones is some darts with some Kushka brother. Kushka. Yep. They're all words, Ritz. And I've read them.
They certainly are.
They are all words.
There were mouth noises to emit from my mouth.
Yep. They are words and I've read them. The soggy hot dog at 3 a.m.
No one likes that.
No one likes that. Ryan, thanks for joining me, mate. Oh, hey, here we go. Muppets dropped a great stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Muppet, for the £5. Much appreciated, sir. You are a dead set legend. And you've dropped it right in time, too, because I'm going to finish the stream there. It's been real. It's been a fantastic stream.
Ending on a high?
Ending on a high. Yeah, I think Muppet, yeah, absolutely. Give Muppet some love in the chat. 100%. Hot dog reference was to the off-peak stream Muppet anyway, a long time ago, yeah. I move things on pretty quick, Biosco, because I don't really listen to myself all the time. I drift in and out. I've got some sour diesel. There's so many words being put in the chat there, isn't there? So many words. But no, awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who's joined me for this stream. It's been awesome. Whether or not you were chatting away or just, you know, lurking in the background, I still appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, appreciate you being here. Of course, as I've said a couple of times, I'm trying to get a little bit better at reminding myself to remind you guys to hit like. If I deserve it. If I don't deserve it, don't hit it. If you're new, of course, consider hitting subscribe. Hitting the bell icon so you actually get notified of my content. Checking out the other content I've got. Heaps of stuff coming up. I've got some videos in mind. I'm going to be going back a little bit away from doing purely live streams to a mix of live streams and videos. And I've been doing okay, at least one sort of video a week. At the moment it's FIA, but that will change. It's not always going to be FIA. But yeah, big thank you to those of you who were kind enough to leave me a like. Big welcome to the new subscribers and the new followers over on Twitch. Sorry I haven't been paying attention. I need to get Restreamio worked out so that it actually shows me the Twitch chat. So here's the shout out to Twitch. Welcome to the chat. If you're wondering where the rest of the chat's coming from and who I'm talking to, it's over on YouTube. But I appreciate you being there anyway, and the new followers over there. And of course, an extra special thank you to Muppet for the wonderful donation that helps the channel out. All financial donations go back into the channel itself. Yeah, thank you for Kaz for so. I mean, we've had Kaz, we've had Rory, we've had Eric, we've had all the big VIPs jump in tonight, as well as, of course, my VIPs, Lee Kogan, Piosco, Staniel85, Nick Magic, and El Speedy, Chicken Man, and Squidly. If you would like to be a channel member, you can hit the join button. And, of course, finally, make sure you do join in on all the various social media things I've got going on. Ryan has just pumped in the Discord link right then. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that.
No worries. Somebody requested it, so I threw it in.
Jump on the Discord, man. That's where everyone hangs out in between streams. Really good chats going on over there about all sorts of games, Gran Turismo, other Sims, what's going on. It's a good place to be. I'm pretty active on Twitter as well. I probably don't post that much, but I'm always on it. I need to post more. And Instagram as well. And the members get them sweet emojis, Piosco, which I might swap a few of those out soon.
Need a Jackie.
Yeah, and we need a Jackie there, and I think we need the SR down arrow as well. I think they're two that need to be added. So I think the Rosco crash one that he's got there, and the
Yep.
maybe the Vegemite as well need to take a little backward step. That's an awesome T-shirt. Where can we get one, Hippie? The link, mate, to the store, the merch to get that sweet, sweet Charlie Rosco merch is in the is in the description. That was the beautiful bait and switch there, and it wasn't obvious at all, Hippie. I don't care what you say. But the link is there. Grab yourself a T-shirt. I need to buy another T-shirt because this one's getting old and worn out. And a hoodie as well. There's a sweet, sweet hoodie there. Can you have the link? You certainly can. Look, whilst it's in the description, I'm going to go one further. Paste it right there in the goddamn shit. Nope. It says there's an error. So, guess I'm not allowed to post links in my own stream. Thanks, YouTube. I'll be in and out of the stream. Got to get back to work. No worries, dude. The stream's about to end anyway, Eric. So thanks very much for stopping by, man. I always try and jump in yours when I can as well. Does it come in pink, Hippie? Yes, it does. The red doesn't stand out beautifully against the pink, I will say. But you can always give it a crack. To each their own. What do you reckon, Ryan? Am I just crapping on at this point?
Oh, I thought you'd been doing that for 2 hours.
I have been doing that for 2 hours, so let's wrap it all up there. I think that is going to be it. Anything you want to add before you go, Ryan? Do you want to explain one more time to Oz Farmer why you don't like why you hate Gran Turismo Sport and you think it needs to be deleted from the world?
I could sum that up with an F-bomb.
Don't do that. I've already dropped one this stream. It was deliberate. I called it first though. There was a humorous story at the start of the stream about what one of my 3.5-year-olds said to the other.
You missed my response though.
What was your response?
I said that they must have heard me doing it once because it definitely wouldn't have been you, and it sure as hell wouldn't have been Mrs. Roscoe.
It wouldn't have been us. Wouldn't have been us. We don't use those foul words ever.
Yeah, it's just me.
It's just you. You're a disgusting disgrace. Whoa, that was loud. There's the face melter for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you again for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow night, same time, 8:30, which was about 2.5 hours ago. So you can figure that out for your own time wherever you are in the world. I'm going to be back with the FIA race. It's going to be these cars at this track. Hopefully it doesn't all go tits up for me. Hopefully you can join me. Thank you very much for watching. But for now, it's goodbye.